I can contribute.
Yeah.
I'll hop on somebody's mic.
Come over to this mic, Grace.
Who do we have here?
Who do we have here?
What?
Hello?
Is this another voice, another person that has been watching this whole process unfold from the shadows?
You're kidding.
Yes. Anyways, I took a class with Professor Putzi, and she was incredible at not only having a very clear and concise syllabi, but I guess syllabus. But every week at the beginning of the week, so on Sunday night, she would send out an email detailing what we had going on the week, what we needed to read, and when we needed to read it by, which was super helpful because if things had to be pushed back, she would say in the email on Sunday night, hey guys, if you weren't here Thursday, we're pushing back this reading, so instead, this is what you're doing for Tuesday, and this is what you're doing for Thursday. And that was really nice to have in addition to the syllabus.
I'm Mike Blum. I'm with the Studio for Teaching and Learning Innovation. I'm the program manager for faculty engagement.
I'm Jenny Putzi. I'm a professor of English and Gender, Sexuality, and Women's Studies, and I'm also the director of the GSWS program this year.
Thank you. What is the power of iteration, of reiterating on a weekly basis and in different ways? What's the power for that, for you as faculty and for a student?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that she says that because the idea about the Sunday email came out probably from suggestions that Mike sent out during, our year online, year or more online, and partly from having an autistic daughter who's now 16 and really learning. She wasn't diagnosed until she was 13, and so we've really been learning how to present materials to her. And we're doing virtual school with her. It literally feels like with her at times. Like I'm learning about world geography. But working with her and teaching online has really taught me about presenting materials to students in different kinds of ways, multiple times. So reiterating things over and over and over again and sort of realizing that the syllabus is just the beginning of that. Really that the syllabus is like the first opportunity to present the schedule to them and present the materials to them. But then Blackboard is another way of doing that, and I didn't use that as actively prior to the pandemic. And then the Sunday email was another reminder, because I knew that during COVID, they had a lot going on and they were concerned about lots of things. And so the Sunday email was just a way to sort of remind them about what was up and coming. And then when I asked my class last semester, do they want me to keep doing that? Because that was something that really worked. They all said yes. And I really value it because it's another way to touch base with them. I try to rather than just cutting and pasting from Blackboard or from the syllabus, I try to reframe it a different way, but keeping the message about what they need to do consistent all the time.
Did you get a response across the course and the classes on how that helped?
I mean, definitely when I asked them, when I think in the beginning of the semester, I said, these are the things that worked when we were virtual. And these are the things that I think I want to keep. And how do you feel about that? And they said, that sounds great. And then I always do a midterm evaluation. And then, and I just ask, I just did this Monday with this new class, what do you like about this class? What do you dislike? What would you change if you could change one thing? And they pretty consistently say that they like the weekly email.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, I think, it takes some work to make sure that there's consistency across the message, right? So I don't send mixed messages about what they need to do. I've accidentally done a little bit of that at times. So, I think it's interesting, the syllabus has, even though this podcast is about the syllabus, it's become sort of less important in a way, in that that's really just the first step in trying to tell them what's going on with the class.
I think the students, from what I've understood from their conversations, is they place a lot of importance on it.
Yeah.
And
as they should. I mean, we always tell them it's a contract, and it really is.
Yeah. And some would say they've gotten syllabus of 30 pages that are just 15 pages too long.
Yeah.
Some some would say it's got to be more digital or digital friendly, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So Mike, when you are consulting, is the clarity and the reiteration of the syllabus an important step for faculty?
Well, for me, the real importance of the syllabus is a point of reflection. I think, both for the faculty member, the instructor, and for the students. And I think Jenny's emails that she sends out on Sundays is what I call kind of the practice part. And, it reflects, it makes people reflect back to that original text, but in a way that tells them this is what's important right now about that syllabus. So I think it's without the practice that I think Jenny really does really well with that weekly email. The syllabus is just a document.
It's not a constitution or a declaration of independence. It's more of a map in some ways.
Yeah.
And if you're able to point to that map, students get more clarity and do better.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I haven't yet gotten to the point. My partner goes in with the syllabus draft, Simon Joyce, he's in English as well. And he actually lets them develop part of the syllabus. So they talk about what assignments they'd like to do or what, I'm too much of a control freak to my syllabi I think might be good because I'm a control freak,
I love that idea though of being able to kind of co-create a syllabus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let me play this other clip right here.
Okay, so I'm going to say, ideally keep it short and snappy. A long syllabus can intimidate some students and bury information. Recognize what should be posted as a secondary resource versus be in the syllabus itself.
Yes.
Clearly delineate important information. Try highlighting important dates or putting assignments in an easily accessible table. Consider your audience and what they're using the syllabus for. If it's a freshman class, maybe include more basic writing resources. If it's an interdisciplinary course, know that students might have different expectations for the class, and the syllabus should put them all on the same page. Keep open communication. The syllabus is a roadmap, but it shouldn't be the end-all, be-all. Consider emailing students with discussion questions, extra resources, or to make sure they know assignment expectations. And please upload the syllabus as a PDF so students can open it in their web browsers. We don't want to download a Microsoft Word file 20 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Or if you're like me and you use Linux, you just can't look at it.
Oh, no.
So those are some of the takeaways that they had from their conversation. Any thoughts on that?
I think those are all really good suggestions, and I think it's interesting because you can tell, those suggestions seem to come from seeing a wide range of syllabi as well. I'm an English professor, so I pretty much only see syllabi for English classes, and some for GSWS, but they look different, and I think certainly people in English could benefit from seeing what people in the sciences do, or what people in the social sciences do to try to make things clearer, because we can be verbose. My syllabi are long, but I try to be concise, but it would be useful to see, I thought people use tables in their syllabi.
Well, tables was a major conversation point.
Was it?
Tables. The more if there are tables, then they love that. And that comes from a STEM student.
Every syllabus that I've seen a lot of syllabi from a lot of different faculty members. And, they have some general beginnings, middles, and ends. They tell a story. But, outside of that framework, I think the detail is really where it starts to get different. They all say what the goals are in some way. Some of them are more kind of education-based goals. Some of them are more kind of philosophical goals. They all talk about the basics for doing well in the class. They all give a general rubric about, what students are going to have to accomplish, what tasks they're going to have to accomplish. But, after that, a lot of faculty members, a lot of instructors, I think, want to put everything in the syllabus. And that's not necessarily the key if you're going to do something like Jenny does, where you actually keep in contact with the students. Because I think that the problem is, I sense that in longer syllabi, it gives the instructor not the opportunity to check out, but the opportunity to say, here, it's in the syllabus, go find it. Where, that's not a way to stay engaged from my perspective, but, everyone does it differently.